I, unlike Paco, have not touched the thing at all.
I am constantly touching the thing, like constantly.
Oh, and welcome to the Pixel Primos Video Game Podcast, the show where we talk about all the latest things in gaming, from Assassin's Creed to giving Rosalina your seed. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm Juan Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just upgraded my phone, so that wallpaper's not on here. I'll have to fix that.
Yeah, I gotta fix that real soon.
All right,
What,
but yes,
what's
introduce
up,
yourselves.
everybody? I am your best friend, Paco. What's going on?
Yeah, and I'm JJ. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Welcome
that's my
everyone.
name.
Welcome everybody. Anyway, we must address this real quick. This episode is pre-recorded, so unfortunately we cannot read y'all's comments. But for those of you new subscribers, hey, welcome. Or if this is your second episode, thanks for sticking around. This is our video game show. So this is for all the gamers. We're gonna talk about video game shit. If gaming ain't your cup of tea, well then hey, we'll catch you on the next Alpha Primos.
Yes.
But as for the rest of y'all, well, stay seated, enjoy. We got a good show for you guys.
Stay motherfucking tuned.
But yes, so I guess at the top, yeah, we're what games are we playing? What are you guys playing right now?
I am currently playing. Well, I'm almost done with Jedi Survivor, but I also just
Nice.
downloaded Far Cry New Dawn.
Oh, okay.
It's
I played that one.
DLC. Yeah.
It's the spin
not
off.
really.
It's a
spin-off.
It was its own
It's not
game.
a
It was its
DLC.
own game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's its own game. But I mean, I love the Far Cry games. I like the open world exploration. I like all the cool, crazy weapons and stuff. And it's an expansive map. It's a huge map, so there's a lot to do, a lot to discover. I mean, I can understand. I really enjoy them right now because the first one I ever played was Far Cry 5, the one that took place in Montana. That was the first one I ever put my hands on.
And so
and then
this is
I
like
did 6.
the spin off of that one.
It's the spin off of
it's
that
like
one.
the same map and shit. Yeah.
Same map, different characters. You're going up against somebody different. A character from the 5 makes an appearance, so you have to go to them. I really enjoy the Far Cry games. I know some people are. I can get some people because a lot of the Far Cry games can get a little repetitive because it's very formulaic. They all have the same things. They do a lot of the same things. But I really don't know what new mechanics or things you can add to make it much better. Maybe fix the driving on it. The driving there really bothers the shit out of me. I don't like the first person view driving. I'd much rather have the third person view.
I got news for you, Paco. They never fixed it.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. No, I think 6 has third person driving. You can
6 fixed it?
No.
If I'm remembering correctly, I think it did.
Are you sure? Because I played it and I don't remember there being in there.
It's because I played it. But I played it when it came out, so maybe
maybe it was just broken in there.
Maybe, I don't remember it being in there. I remember the third person because I hate the first person driving view.
Fuck, you know what? Do. Maybe I'm confusing it for like Cyberpunk or something.
Maybe because that's the one thing that I do hate about the Far Cry games is the driving mechanic fucking sucks. Even the flying mechanic, I hate that it's a first person view flying mechanic. Bro, give me goddamn third person. And the flying mechanics, the driving mechanics suck in the game. That's really my biggest complaint. And yes, some of the stuff can get a little repetitive. But overall, I think the game itself is a lot of fun. Like I said, I like discovering all the cool things, all the new things. And I like all the crazy little weapons and all the little side missions. I don't even end up doing most of the main missions until I've already done every single fucking side mission I can. Before I even go start doing the story. But that's what I'm playing right now. It's Far Cry New Dawn. Great game. It's on Xbox Game Pass. Check it out.
Nice.
Sweet.
All right, what about you, Jay? What are you playing?
I am still suffering through the fucking salt mines of competitive Marvel Rivals.
You see,
yeah.
I knew the answer, but I thought I should ask you anyway.
Oh, that reminds me. I am now an Emerald Edger on Quick Paint. Just so you know, I've also been playing that. Look at these fucking forearms, baby. The definition
Oh
is
my
back.
god.
No,
Emerald edging.
I'm gold one now, so I got the skins.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty much like I'm kind of done. I'm kind of, but I mean I'm probably still gonna jump in every once in a while and play a few rounds. But like I'm gonna go back to quick play because they added the Thing and Johnny Storm, and I have not played as them at all. Like I have
I'm
not
already seeing the
touched.
complaints.
I, unlike Paco, have not touched the Thing at all.
I am constantly touching the thing, like constantly. My hands on it right now. I heard Johnny Storm's OP right now. I hear seeing a lot of complaints about Johnny Storm right now.
He is kind of
He's
a bitch.
OP. Yeah.
Like, I've been playing mostly healer in competitive mode.
Yeah.
So I don't really like I can't fight him really like because my aim with rocket fucking sucks unless I'm shooting those slow ass moving healing
Yeah.
balls. I can't hit the broadside of a barn with rocket's regular fire, let alone one that's fucking zipping around making fours
Yeah.
all over the place. But uh the thing is that like his flames kind of linger too long on the ground. uh that's really like the big thing
Mhm.
with him, that it's like his AoE damage is really what's like getting him up there. And it's also just that like people aren't used to fighting him just
Mhm.
yet. Like
Yeah.
once people figure out like what to avoid with him, then yeah, it'll the community. This is one where like the players need to step it up. He doesn't need a nerf just yet.
Mhm.
Um, but I've also downloaded Avowed, the new
Oh, the Neo
RPG.
Vound?
No,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
like
from
RPG one or whatever.
yeah. I think it was on Game Pass.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass.
Yeah,
Day
yeah.
one release, I
Okay.
believe.
It's like fuck. I better not have spent $60 on this because it's not
No,
getting.
it's on Game Pass. Yeah.
It's not getting the best of reviews, but I thought I'd check it out. So I haven't had a chance to jump on to that just yet, but that's probably what I'm going to be playing when I'm not playing Rivals. Is Avowed.
All right. Well, me, I'm playing Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
Nice.
And honestly, man, I'm having so much fun with that game. It's um it I'm still very early in the game. With that said though, like I'm not bullshitting y'all. I'm like at least like 7 hours into the game
Hey,
and I'm still on the second fucking chapter.
God.
And according to the internet, they're like, no, that second chapter is just stupid fucking long. And then after that, they're all like a reasonable, like,
Okay, yeah.
length of
I
time.
feel like
And
that happens a lot with the Yakuza games. There's one
yes,
chapter that's like just what the
way
fuck.
longer than, So
Yeah.
what happens in this one, and this is probably the only issue I've had with the game so far, but I feel like this is just, it's almost like a franchise issue at this point, is that they spend so much time explaining all the mechanics to you, all the gameplay, and all of that, and that it throttles the. I don't want to say it throttles the fun, but it throttles the pace. Because you can
Okay.
still have fun while they're teaching you all the stuff, because it's something new every every couple of minutes. Like, oh, here's a new thing. Oh, here's a new thing. Oh, here's a new right. But then after a while, you're kind of like, man, when do I get to like just do the shit, without having to learn something else? Uh, so right now, my advice to anybody who's either gonna get the game or starting it is just do your best to try to get past the second chapter, man. And I think like after chapter 2, once you hit chapter 3, like that's when like yeah, the training wheels are off and it's like go, go do the shit you want to do, go do the
Mhm.
side quest or just do the main story and stuff like that. Um so because of that, I still haven't really gotten a full taste of the pirate ship battles. I did get to try them on the demo, and so will this scratch the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag itch?
I
It
think it will.
can, but just understand, like, while the basics are similar, the fundamentals are totally different. So if you're like, man, I kind of just want to do like pirate ship battles in a video game, and Skull and Bones didn't do it for you, give this one a try. Just understand it, you got to go through some shit before you get to
Mhm.
that part. And then once you get there, understand that, fundamentally there are some things that are different in the sense that here you actually have to build up your pirate crew, you have to assign them, and that does determine and affect, how effective your ship will be in the battles. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, right now, just early, early critique is it's fun, but man, you got to slog through some stuff. But I think that's like a franchise thing because I remember even like Yakuza, was it Infinite Wealth
Yeah,
and 6, like
and
going through the same
like a
stuff.
dragon to a degree too, because like
Also,
it's not until like chapter 3 that they introduce dungeons, and it's like, dog,
Infinite
like
Wealth does the exact same shit, man. And yeah, and by then you're kind of like, man, and you find out you actually have to like do them. Or at
yeah,
least in my case, in Infinite Wealth, it was that I forgot what chapter I was in, and I found out that like I'm under leveled, and I
Oh.
don't even know how that was like possible. And so it's like, no, I have to do these like dungeons because I don't know how else to like level up.
yeah. I think
And
with
mhm.
oh no, you go ahead. I was just
No,
gonna.
I was just gonna say, and I think this is one of those where I don't know if I was just playing the game wrong. Maybe I rushed through it when I shouldn't have rushed through it, or if it's just like no, the game just isn't as generous with the XP.
Mm, yeah, with like a dragon, 7, the seventh one. It's it's kind of weird because I don't want to say that like the first 3 chapters are not important. All the chapters are important towards the story, but like when you were going to explain the story of like a dragon to someone, those first 3 chapters are kind of the prologue. Like those are the
Mm-hmm.
parts that you're gonna like kind of gloss over. It's not the meat of the story until
Mm-hmm.
chapter like 4 or like the
Yeah.
end of 3. So yeah, you're right. It is kind of like a franchise problem. This is something that they just always
Mm-hmm.
do.
Yeah. And yeah, this one, fortunately, it's the same thing. But again, that's not to say like it's boring, like during those parts. Like, no, because you're still going around,
Yeah, no, you're still
doing
doing shit in those
combat and
first
stuff.
3 chapters.
Yeah, you're still like, yeah. It's not like you're just sitting there doing nothing. Like, no, you're still playing the game. But it does suck that you're like, man, when do I get to the shit, like the fun shit or the shit you want to do? It's like, well, you
Yeah.
kind of got to go through this first.
Yeah.
So in my case, I'm like, man, when do I get to the pirate ship battles? And it's just kind of like,
When are they
oh
getting
no,
to
you
the
gotta
fireworks
earn it. Yeah,
factory?
like yeah, it's like
Yeah.
no, you
Earn
gotta
it.
do this first. You gotta do that first, and yeah. So, but when it gets there, I'll be sure to talk about it again
Yeah.
on the show. But anyway, so let us now jump into the main topic. I mentioned Assassin's Creed earlier. I should have used that to pivot into our main topic, but oh
It's
well.
okay. It
That ship
happens.
has sailed.
Hey, brought it
So,
back all the way around.
yeah, all right. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Man, this game.
It's really going through it
this
right now.
game has been dragged through the mud, and it's not even out yet.
It got delayed how many times? 3 times?
Twice.
Once, to my
I thought it was
understanding.
twice.
I thought it got delayed more than one.
Yeah, I thought it was twice.
To my understanding, it was just delayed the one time. It was supposed to come out last year in like October or something,
November.
and then it got delayed to its release now in March.
Oh, okay. Well,
And that's
me.
it.
I thought it was
yeah.
twice, but okay.
It's just so much bad news keeps coming out about
Someone
this
in
game.
the comments correct me if I'm wrong, but
Yeah.
I could have sworn it was just the one delay.
Man.
But
Just because everything we've heard about it has been bad.
it's just and you guys are about to hear some more bad shit about it because we're here to
We're everybody's day up.
everyone's like seems to be like dragging this game, and you know what, we want to get our licks into.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start with like the biggest one, like legit. We're recording this on Monday, so this is literally breaking news as of this recording. I have here, posted 9 hours ago, and it's that the game fucking leaked.
What? God damn it! Fucking scammers, bro! Scammers.
It's out there.
Well, that one's actually news to me. I didn't know that.
Oh, I posted it in the chat.
I'm upgrading my phone here. Like I'm.
Right, my bad. I forgot about that. But yes, but yeah, either way is breaking news. This is happening like while we're recording this, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are physical copies that are out there. It's the
secondhand. Yeah, selling them secondhand.
It might not even be secondhand. I've heard stories on Reddit, but I know
some
not the
dude
best.
Just like walked into a GameStop and was like, "Hey,"
and they sold it to him. Yeah, like it's it's happened a lot in the past where stores just accidentally sell it, not knowing that they're not supposed to. I know because for those of you that don't know, stores do get the shipment early, so that way it can be available, on the day it comes out. And so it's not uncommon for like like a big box store, say maybe like Walmart, for them to put up the item on the shelf while they have the staff and the time to inventory it, but then they don't sell it. But if you have an employee that doesn't know any better, I know at Walmart their system does like block certain stuff from being sold. Sales. I know because I've gone through it where I've tried to buy stuff that's not, but I didn't know that it wasn't supposed to be sold. But I tried buying it and it didn't work, and they called the manager over. Manager typed in an override code and it wasn't even working, and they're like, "Oh well, we can't sell it to you. I don't know what's going on. Sorry." And then I ended up looking up online and I found out, it's not supposed to be sold yet. They put it up like early. So it's possible that that's what happened here. So maybe not even like a third party scammer. It could very well just be they legitimately got a copy.
I think you're probably right, but my conspiracy side is one of the employees took a couple of copies and said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna sell them on."
That is also very possible. I'm just sharing that in the past. In the past, this has happened, and I know it happened with one of the Call of Duties, and I know Infinity Ward was like, if you bought it legitimately and you got it early, we won't stop you.
Yeah,
it's only if you like got it like illegally or something that like we'll crack down on it. But in this case, that it's like no, they bought it, then it was fine. So. But yes, right now there's one person on Twitter who got one, started posting footage of them playing it, but Ubisoft did take down the footage, so that
Yeah.
kind of confirmed that it was real. And then someone else on Reddit also got a copy on PS5 and played it for a couple of hours. And then they started streaming it on Twitch, but then it also got taken
Got taken
down
down.
along with the archive.
Mm.
So, um, let's see. Um, and yeah, so if any of y'all are curious about the game or whatever, just be careful now that it has leaked.
Yeah.
There is the possibility of spoilers is out there, so just, for those of you that care, just be careful. I mean,
Just yeah.
Spoilers don't bother me. Like I don't mind being spoiled for like the game or anything. I'm just sad that I can't
mhm.
play it early.
But Paco, there's a canon mode now.
Fuck canon
Okay, I'm
mode.
glad
Fuck
you brought
canon
that up
mode.
because that
Fuck
was the
that
next
mode.
that
Fuck
was the
canon
next thing
mode.
I was gonna bring up, and
Making me
there is a
decide. Fuck them. I don't want to
All
play
right, wait,
canon.
hold up. We should back up a little bit because I'm sure there's some
Yeah,
people going like, "What the fuck are y'all talking about?"
Yes. Fuck canon
All
mode.
right,
It's
so
where you play as a cannon. You just go around shooting people. That's canon mode. It's the samurai. He's got a cannon on his arm. What cabrón? Pas. That's canon
so
it's just Mega Man.
it's
mode.
um, but yes, they announced something that they're calling canon mode for Assassin's Creed Shadows, and the way it works is that you activate it. I'm guessing from the settings. And what it does is it turns off the dialogue options in the game so that you can experience the canon version of the story.
Just the linear version. Just
Basically.
straight through.
So, for those of you that want to know exactly how everything was supposed to happen, well, this is the choice for you. But I feel like this is kind of like I don't know, it's like a double-edged sword. Like on paper, it's like a good idea,
But in
but there's like
practice,
there's problems with this.
mm-hmm.
It I haven't seen anybody like online like defend this,
I don't think anybody
so I'm
has.
just going with the assumption that most people don't like it.
I I don't like it because it feels like a waste of developer time and money. Like
hmm
if you wanted to give us choice, then give us the fucking choice. But like, and to their credit, they do. But implementing this mode makes it feel like, yeah, the choice options that we gave you, they're all bullshit. Like, they don't matter. Like, these are the ones that matter. So,
Okay, I'm glad you said that because me and you are on the same page. That was my big concern too when I heard about the canon mode. That then that means the story probably isn't that good
mm,
because yeah, then that means my choices don't really matter or they're not really going to change that much. And it almost makes you wonder, well, what's the point of having the choice then?
yeah,
Why not just write the linear story, the linear event? But I know why. I was able to answer my own question. It's because they have two playable characters. And the big selling point for them was that you can swap characters at any time and you can do the missions as either
as either one,
character.
yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I think that's where they kind of shot themselves up in the foot because now like how do you do like two distinct characters that'll play different if it can greatly affect how you approach a certain task, a certain quest or whatever.
Yeah, I think honestly this game's biggest uh downfall, to me it seems that it's that they kept going with the more modern style Assassin's
Mhm.
Creed. where
Yeah.
it's more
The RPG
RPG.
elements. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And not to say that those games are bad. Those games are fine, but it seems like with this one, it would have been a much better fit into like the older style of games where
Yeah.
it was more of a linear story. Like Ezio didn't make any fucking decisions other than I'm gonna deck the Pope. Like that
Yeah.
was the
Hmm.
only
Punch him.
choice he made, and you didn't make it. Like he just the Pope decided that when he murdered his family.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He had already made his choice.
uh Connor didn't make any fucking choices. At least I don't
No.
remember making other
Mm,
than getting
It,
lost in the fucking underground.
yeah, and I think there's like a certain aspect to like where's the line drawn when it comes to like player choice, and I'm thinking back when Grand Theft Auto 5 originally came out on the PS3 and Metal Gear Solid 5 was still in development. One of the big controversies back then with Grand Theft Auto 5 is that there's a mission where Trevor is torturing a guy for
yeah.
information,
Mm,
and you as the player choose how to torture him,
Yeah.
what
What
device to
order?
use, what how to mess this guy up, what tools to use, right? And everyone thought it was really controversial. And Hideo Kojima commented on it, going that he doesn't put torture as a player choice because he knows most players are gonna choose not to do it. And he's like, but if your story is written in a way where like, no, this is a scene that happens, well, he's like, so that's why I just show it. I don't put it in
Mm-hmm.
the control of the player. I just show that this is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
You as a player cannot prevent that.
Yeah.
And I think this falls in like the similar vein of just there's certain things that probably shouldn't be player choice. It is, this is how it happened.
Yeah.
But I guess they want that openness, that freedom,
Yeah.
the ability to brag and say that no, here you can choose like what to do, but it comes at a cost of like, well, telling the story,
Yeah.
because you don't know what the player's going to choose. What if they choose not to go through with it? Then what? Where does your
yeah.
story go?
Yeah. Call of Duty did something similar. Well, is it similar because you in one and not Black Ops, but the one before it, the Modern Warfare 2, you
Mhm.
it's Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare, but you capture somebody and they take him into a room with the fucking hood on and everything,
Yeah.
and then you as a player they give you a gun and then you have to point it at his head, to get him to confess. But the other twist to that is because I think they were trying to match like the fucked upness of No Russian,
Mm.
because
Okay.
while you can point the gun at his head or at his wife and child that's sitting next to him.
Oh my god.
I'm like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. And it's got other little like elements in it. You can point it at you can point the gun at one of your like other soldiers and be like, hey man, get that out of my face. But like you can I don't think you can actually shoot the wife and kid. I don't think you can. I don't
Cowards.
remember. I don't remember. I don't think you can. I don't think you can. I think
Boss,
they
you
kind of.
killed the child.
I think they like the bullets in there are fake to make them, where to
Mm.
feign like, oh, we're gonna kill your kids and your wife. Like it's really fucked up. But like, because I wasn't expecting that, I was like, oh shit, like you're really gonna go for this, huh? But I mean, and also the canon mode too. To say another thing about the canon mode, like you have to choose it at the beginning and you
Yeah.
can't change it. So
You
if you
can't.
go
Yeah.
canon mode and then you don't like it, too fucking bad. You got to play the whole game in canon mode. And there's people saying that like, oh, it makes everything more linear and it makes the cutscenes feel more natural. I'm like, fuck, who cares? Like, just that I want the choice. This is what I want. I want the choice.
Mm. I think it's weird that you can't turn it off once you activate it. I
Yeah.
understand not being able to turn it on mid playthrough, but I don't understand why you can't just deactivate it.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
true. If
like yeah.
I made it
Hmm.
halfway through the story in canon mode and nah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Like I'm cool with keeping the canon first half, but like I want to
Uh-huh.
go buck wild on the second half.
Yeah.
Let me
So
write the tail end of the Lord of the Rings where Frodo
mhm.
and what Sam get it on
Yeah.
Doom.
And yeah, and so yeah, so that's a little weird to me. I don't get why you can't do that, but oh well, that's but yes, just last few things about the canon mode is that yeah, you can't disable it once you activate it. You have to pick it at the beginning of the game when you start, and but yeah, honestly, and obviously because you choose it, it is optional. So I don't know. I guess it's like because I pre-ordered the game. I pre-ordered it when I went to pick up Pirate Yakuza, and now I'm wondering, like reading this, like would I do it in canon mode or would I just make the choices? And now even I'm torn. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't know what choice to make, and part of me is now thinking maybe this was their way to like do a like guarantee a two playthroughs of the game.
I guess,
Like
yeah.
you do one with choices
Maybe,
and then
yeah.
you do a second one with the
I
canon choices.
I don't think it's a terrible idea.
Hmm.
Because like I thinking about it like myself, like I didn't pre-order it and I probably am not gonna play it, but just because I'm not a big fan of Assassin's Creed. Um but if like fucking Mass Effect had this sort of thing, well, Mass Effect's a bad example because its whole thing is but if Avowed had
Yes. Yeah.
fucking canon mode,
Hmm.
uh I might actually go for it just because I'm the type of player that does get a little crippled by choice, and then a lot of I don't just have that much time here at the apartment anymore. I don't work from home every day.
Yeah.
I have to go into the office and I have to wake up early and I have to commute back and forth. So like whatever like spare time I have to play a game, that's why I've been playing so much Rivals because it's like I can do like 3 matches in 20 minutes. It's
Yeah.
cool. Like, um, but something like Assassin's Creed, that's going to take me some time, and then you're going to add choices
Yeah.
on top of it, and now I have to think about like I don't know, do I want to bang the hot ninja girl?
Hmm.
Yes.
Yes, of course. Oh yes. Oh
like,
yes.
uh,
Okay, you've convinced me. I'm not gonna do canon
No
mode.
canon mode now. No more canon mode. That's all I needed to hear.
right, but like the people who have tried it early on saying that like it flows better, to me that makes it sound like, oh, it just flows faster, like
Yeah.
it's better paced because it's more of an old school game where it's like
Yeah.
I'm just watching a cutscene now. I can get up and make a sandwich. Like I don't have
I
to
can see the
wait
appeal
for
of
the
that.
the button prompt of like hitting
Yeah.
X.
I can see the appeal of it. I mean, I can.
Like, I can
Uh,
see the good idea like behind
Hmm.
it, like where it came from. I still
Hmm.
don't think that this was the right implementation of it. I
yeah.
think that
I
like
agree.
I think you should just make a linear game if you want to make a linear
Yeah.
game.
Or if you do put choice in it, put a choice that doesn't affect the overall outcome.
Outcome of the game. Maybe
And
get
but
different
I
weapons.
get why they don't. It's because that's trickier
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
do. And yeah, no one said it was easy. And one could argue, well, it's just the illusion of choice. I mean, yeah, maybe, but I do think it goes back to the earlier analogy of Grand Theft Auto and Metal Gear Solid 5, that there is just certain things that probably shouldn't be in the choice of the player for the sake of the story. But
Yeah.
oh well, that's just my take on it. But speaking of player choices, we'll transition to the final piece of news regarding this game. So, speaking of player choice, here's another choice that seems to have pissed off the people of Japan.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
So, there's a video on Twitter
Oh,
of someone playing the game. And keep in mind, this is not from the leaks because this was posted
this was from the
earlier.
4-hour previews, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
there were people that got to play it for 4 hours.
Hmm. And in it, you see footage of someone playing as Yasuke, and that they run into a shrine and just start destroying the stuff inside it, and attacking the people in there. And well, that seems to have upset some people in Japan because this is,
A real place.
a real
Yeah.
place
Yeah.
with real beliefs, real religion behind this, and it is very offensive. And so for me to hear about this, I'm just like, how do you all work on this game for years? Develop this, include this in your game without ever reaching out to someone and asking, "Hey, is this okay?"
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
I so I'm of two minds of this to a degree, because this is, at the end of the day, this is historical fiction, so it's
mhm.
going
Mm-hmm.
to have some real places
Yeah.
and real
Mm-hmm.
locations. So stuff like this might happen, probably has happened. Shit, in the first, no, in the second one, you kill the Pope. Wait, well,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
actually, you don't kill the Pope. You let him live. You kill him in the third one, right?
You beat the shit out of him. You
You
fisticuffs.
you beat the fuck
You,
out of the Pope, but you don't kill him till like Revelations, right? Like, or no,
I think it
Brotherhood.
was.
Brotherhood, you kill him.
I think
Brotherhood.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is and it You're like, why in the fuck didn't you just kill him in the second one?
What?
But because I saw, like that side of Reddit or the internet going like, well, I mean, in the first one you beat up the Pope, like I don't see what the big deal is. Fair, I can see that side of it, but some of the popes have been assholes, especially
Yeah.
the one that like Ezio wants to deck. Like that dude was a
Mhm.
real dude and a real prick.
Really, yeah.
Real piece of fucking work.
Mhm.
But also, isn't it
Uh,
integral to the story?
yeah,
Like beating up the
Yeah,
Pope
it's
again.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
integral to the
That's
story.
the
yeah.
other
That's
part of it
part of the
too.
story. Mm-hmm.
That's the other part of it too, where it's like that's kind of like the whole meat and
Yeah.
potatoes of the story.
Mm-hmm.
In Whereas in this comparison, it's just like I don't.
It's
It's just
There,
the
game
player
doesn't prompt you to
themselves.
do it.
Yeah, the
yeah,
It's
no.
just
players
you as a player are choosing to go into this holy site and
and
just wreck the
destroy it.
place and
Yeah.
I
kill
feel like they
people.
have more of a problem with. I feel like me personally, I'd probably have more of a problem with the player themselves. Like you're going in there and being hella
So
disrespectful to
It,
my religion, my
it
it's
it
shrine.
mm,
From the footage that
It's,
I saw, it's not even that like he's actively trying to do, like he's not swinging the
it's
sword around.
just
He's
he's
just
walking around in it and shit just happens to like break from
Yeah,
him
everything
running
is
around in
just
there.
destructible there. It's one of those where like if you
Uh-huh.
walk
mhm.
by the table, like by a coffee table and the coffee table just breaks, it's one of those sort
Oh,
of
okay.
deals where that one would be more on the developers, like why didn't you just make everything in here not breakable?
Yeah,
Oh
not
wait, no,
not
he's
destroy.
using the sword, dude.
Oh,
Oh
he
yeah,
I'm
so
does?
watching the
he's
video.
Okay.
Yeah, he's swinging the sword in there, wrecking the tables and shit. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Then yeah,
yeah.
I must have
yeah. If he's
misremembered
going
that.
in there actively destroying and doing all this, I feel like the problem is on that player, that gamer themselves.
Yeah,
Not
Mm-hmm.
so
that's
much like, oh, we like the all there you I think it'd be a little weird if none of the other scenery or anything was destroyable, but hey, in this shrine you can destroy the fucking shrine, but nowhere else in the game can you break a table or a shrine. Only in this shrine you can break that, and I would have more of a problem, I think.
Yeah. I think it also just has a lot to do with the culture's different, the belief is different. There's some
Yeah,
stuff that
just doesn't
to
fly with
us
them.
it
Yeah.
just and if I'm not mistaken, someone could correct me on this one. If for Ghost of Tsushima, they put because it's based in a real place. Tsushima
Mm-hmm.
is a real place. Uh, when they put the Torii gates in the
Uh huh.
game, they deliberately programmed it so that they are indestructible. You
Okay.
cannot you
I see
cannot damage them because they understand the cultural
the cultural
significance behind
significance
it.
of it. Okay.
Likewise, if I'm working on memory of this from when I played it, so someone correct me wrong. If I'm not mistaken, when you go through those Torii gates and you go to these shrines, you cannot draw your weapon or use any items or
Mm-hmm.
nothing. I think the only element of interaction in those areas is just I think he can just pray or
Mm. Okay.
bow
Mm.
down and stuff. And that's it. That's the only interaction there. And I do think that was done because they understood this is a real place. There's with the real cultural significance behind it. We don't want to offend anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's clear that that was handled with a lot of care. And I think here it was just they just didn't think this one through. They
At all.
didn't.
There was no thought
Mhm.
process behind
And
like, hey, we're gonna put this holy site in there and we could fuck it
and that's
all up and break
crazy to
it.
me because you see in the same clip that he goes around attacking just innocent civilians. And I remember in the past Assassin's Creeds, if you attacked innocent people, you'd get that warning hey, you're gonna get desynchronized
Yeah.
because the real life person did not do
Do
that.
this.
They
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
kill, innocent people. And you would see that whenever you did something that was out of character. I think I even saw online that if in Assassin's Creed 3, since that one he's Native American,
Yeah.
if you kill an animal and then you don't skin it, you get the desynchronization message because that would be wasteful and they
Yeah.
would not do that. If they killed an animal, it's specifically because they knew they were going to use it or they were going to eat it. So that shows that they took a lot of care in those games to make sure to really represent the culture,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and their religious beliefs. But here in this one, it just seems like they dropped the ball on it. And so I don't know if the best approach for this one is to either bring back that desynchronization mechanic where if you do something out of character, it you're at risk of getting pulled out of it, or if they just put an invisible wall on the shrine so that you can't go inside it and wreck the place.
I mean, they did all
Yeah.
this because he's black. Let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real. The reason in
Well,
this only
no.
this game and only this game can you go around destroying religious shrines and killing innocent people and not being desynchronized? It's because he's black.
Well,
That's the message that they're pushing, and I am not here for it. That's what it
in
is. Conspiracy number 2 of the day.
no, no,
It's
no.
because this kid is black.
I'm gonna go ahead and assign this to stupidity and not malice because when you mentioned the Tory gates earlier,
Mhm.
and this I heard that Assassin's Creed Shadows also got in trouble because in one of their promotional images, I think they used
Okay.
a one-legged Tory, and that's a famous
Oh, from World War
historical
Two.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a one-legged Tory gate because it was half of it was destroyed during World War II.
Mm-hmm.
No one bothered to
Mm.
fact check that, and they just
Oh,
left it as a one-legged Tory.
Oh, god damn.
um, I think they pulled all that promotional image. I don't think it was actually in the game. At least I hope not. Uh, but yeah, that was another one where they got in trouble, and it, it's just guys, there's been a magnifying glass on this game
Mm-hmm.
like since fucking
Since its
Skull and
announcement,
Bones
bro.
came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like since before, really.
Yeah.
Uh and to see like little things like this, I mean, little in the sense that like this could have easily been like just make everything in the shrine indestructible.
Yeah.
Like that's an easy like
Easy
fix.
fix.
Mhm.
uh, to just see little things in that sense just slip by means that this game didn't really receive the care and attention that you guys claim that you were
Yeah.
giving it.
Just
Yeah.
pumping it out just to make some money off of it. That's all it is. Because everybody knows ever since Assassin's Creed came out, how come it's taking this long to get an Assassin's Creed game in Japan with ninjas and samurais? That should have been one of the first ones after its initial release to be made. At least in my opinion, it just makes
Mhm.
sense. Like you're a stealth game, it's based on stealth. Who are like the stealth masters? Ninjas. Like this just that's what you should have done. And you're right, they didn't put any kind of care into this game at all. Especially going towards that. Like how like you're right, it's probably not malice, it's just neglect
Yeah.
Mhm.
on the important things, the things that actually matter in the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Especially it
I
being
think
a big
it's
3A game.
yeah. We'll see if they make an announcement or if they drop some kind of hot fix or patch.
I mean,
Uh,
I think so long as they just make it indestructible, we should be
mm,
cool.
or yeah, or like I said, even just put an invisible wall. Like you can't even just
Or
go
Yeah.
inside it.
yeah, that would also work. If you make them, uh, you know, I don't know if since it's open world, it would have.
It's like I was about to say, unless there's like a mission or something, then
Mm-hmm.
that's when like oh you're fucked.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but
Like
like
if
if
there's
you
a quest
just
or something tied
make,
to it, then
yeah, make it that shrines or areas where you can't draw your weapon and stuff,
Yeah.
like you
mm-hmm.
mentioned
And
Make it a
in
save
Ghost of
point.
Tsushima. Yeah,
Yeah.
where it's like, yeah, you can't really, you can go in and you can explore it, but you can't really like
Do
fuck
anything
anything
else,
up.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just
Mm-hmm.
make it. I would have made it a save point or something, maybe. You know what I mean? Like go
Right.
to a shrine in each village or whatever, and that's you can't draw your weapon, you can't do anything, but you can make it into that's where
Mm-hmm.
you save the game if you or you got to rest or whatever. That would be the
Yeah.
place
And
at a shrine. I feel like
but
that would
yeah.
make much more sense.
And yeah, I'm skimming through the article, and yeah, here we go. It says here, as reported by Sankei News, officials from the Itate Hyozu Shrine in Hyogo Prefecture have revealed that they are taking appropriate action over the shrine's inclusion in Assassin's Creed Shadows. According to a statement from the Itate Hyozu Shrine, they were not contacted by Ubisoft regarding the inclusion of the shrine, and had Ubisoft asked for permission, they would have refused.
uh,
Damn.
yeah. So they didn't even
So
want to be
Didn't
in the
even
game.
yeah.
yeah, they didn't even want it in there. So yeah, it's not even just the destruction, or it's that it's
They were
just
even
in there.
included.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mm,
And we
all
suck out
right.
here fucking up. Can't protect you guys no more,
Yeah.
man. Y'all
At
really
this
be
point, let's just wait and see what happens. And at this point, let's wait and see if I even keep that pre-order, if I just move it to Metal Gear Solid or something.
I mean, I am an
'Cause if,
I am an Assassin's Creed fan. I will say
mm-hmm,
that my favorite so far has been Black Flag has been my favorite so far.
yeah, it's
Because
mine
I didn't
too.
even play the first Assassin's Creed or Brotherhood or even Assassin's Creed 2. My first introduction was Assassin's Creed 3 with Connor. That was my
Mm-hmm.
first introduction into Assassin's Creed. And then of course Black Flag, and then right after that was there was the DLCs or the standalone other games and stuff where you played as a slave. I think that was on
Oh,
the
Oh,
right.
PS
Freedom
Vita.
Cry.
Freedom
Yeah.
Cry was on the PS Vita, wasn't it? PS Vita, I think, the handheld.
Yeah, but then they ported it to the
Yeah,
consoles. Mhm. Yeah, because
and
I played it on the PlayStation.
and then of course what came after was the Valhalla. I didn't play Valhalla because they completely changed it to where it wasn't even stealth
Mhm.
based anymore. And then
Yeah.
I did play, was Valhalla first or was Origins first? I think Origins was first.
Origins.
Origins was
I
first.
played Origins, and Origins, I liked Origins. I thought it was pretty cool, but that's when it got away from
Mhm.
like the stealth aspect of it. It
Yeah,
started
that
being
was the
more
first one
yeah,
that
it
did that
started
open world, like
more open
RPG.
world RPG stuff. And I was okay with it at first, but I was like, I want what I played is for the stealth aspect of it. I'm
Mhm.
not really in it for these combat things that are. I like the puzzles and I like the lore of these games. All the different Egyptian lore and all that stuff. And then it went to Valhalla, and then it went to Odyssey. Odyssey was huge. Holy shit, that was a big ass map. And I didn't even finish Odyssey. But yeah, Odyssey also you get the choice of like, or I think Valhalla you could choose to be a man or a woman, and then same thing in Odyssey. And again, like after playing those games, I can understand the canon mode because there's just so much to do and so much to explore that sometimes I didn't even know like where am I supposed to go next. At times, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, you can go here or you can go there, and I understand we are talking about the burden of choice. But there's just so much that I can understand the view of the canon mode in this one because it might be just as big of a map and just as much of an expansive story and sidelines and side stories that are going to be in Assassin's Creed. That the canon mode made a bunch of sense to them, you
Yeah.
know. So I mean, I'll probably still play it, but I'm probably not gonna get it on day one or even soon. I probably might wait till the summer to pick it up and actually go through and play it.
Mhm. No.
But we'll see. I mean,
Yeah, we'll
shit.
see. I have a couple of weeks to decide because yeah, I think that game's supposed to come out in about a month,
Yeah, about a
if
month
I'm not
now.
mistaken. So,
Man,
all
just
right,
go
we'll
for
see. But
just
either way, you
Metal
guys,
Gear.
you alphas, let us know in the comments what y'all think about Assassin's Creed Shadow. Are you guys gonna buy it? Are you guys gonna play it? And let
Or
us
is
know
this
what y'all
shrine
think
thing
about
the
this.
last straw?
This was the
Not playing
straw
it
that broke the
anymore.
camel's back.
The shrine and the
I was
canon
with them with the
mode
canon mode, but then this whole shrine thing just
really
really,
set me off.
really rustled my jimmies.
Who
But
knows?
yeah,
Let
just
us
let us know
know.
in the comments. Are you guys gonna play it? You guys gonna buy it? What do y'all think of these controversies? Let us know, and we'll be sure to read them on the next one. Till then, we'll catch you all later. You all are the true alphas. Thanks for watching. See you all next time.
Goodbye.
Bye. Peace.